watching Storyboard, and it's Eye on IPL next. Of the 22 matches slotted up to April 30th, 2 have been complete washouts and 2 have been disrupted by rain. That's a backlog of 6,555 seconds worth of ad time that Max needs to make good. Because when highlights replace live matches, advertisers don't play ball. Shweta Shriram finds out if this will have to come out of that 20% ad inventory Sony had kept in reserve, hoping to sell later at a premium.
That's not good news.
All that rain in Cape Town and some in Durban has meant that of the 37 hours of commercial time available on the IPL, almost 2 hours have been washed away. For broadcaster Max, the immediate challenge is to make up for it by playing the missed spots on the same time slots in the matches that follow. For now, it says the compensation will be staggered and spread out across subsequent matches. But there is no impact on ad revenue yet.
We've done over about 70-75% of the inventory which we'd lost. We've kind of made up. We still have a second day still to go, and hopefully, the games will make out. What the good part about in a format like IPL is that all games are equal. Unlike in other formats like we've had is in the World Cup, where the India games ratings are very, very different to non-India games rating. So there the clients, ensure that, if you've lost secondage on an India game, it has to be made good on an India game. Whereas here, all games are the same.
For now, Max says this has not yet eaten into the 20% inventory that it was holding on to for sale closer to the semi-finals and the finals. Though it now says that it was 15% that they had kept aside for this and not 20%. It says that spot buys are still taking place at a premium.
We were selling earlier at about 4 lakh per 10 second. We're currently selling at about 4 lakh 30, 4 lakh around that region. And these are games from now till about 5th or 6th of May. After 6th of May, because when you get into the last 15, 20 odd games, those really, by the time, the tournament becomes very, very exciting, because then you're trying to figure out which are the 4 teams that are going to get into the semi-finals. That's the time when that's the second level of premium we start charging that. So we are not selling games, those last 15, 20 games today.
Indian classic.
But media planners differ a little on this. They say deals are still being signed at the rate of 3.5 lakh rupees for 10 seconds. Ad rates are expected to go up. But if the backlog increases going forward, Setmax may not be able to sell as much as they hope to at a premium.
The amount of inventory which will be left to sell will reduce if there's a huge backlog, because then Sony may not be able to sell as much as they hope to, as the last minute buys, which they may inflate rates. But if it is, if it doesn't get exhausted and there's yet a backlog left, IPL is going to be year on year, so either you just wait for the next year and you come to an understanding on next year, or you may, actually you don't need to pay for the spot which didn't get aired. So different advertisers will come with a different solution, and Sony's preference obviously is to carry it to the next year, because it just works for them that way better.
If there are washed out matches towards the end, and the high volume, then there's very little you can do about it. Then it does mean a loss of revenue to the channel. But I presume then the channel also pays that much less to the organizers IPL.
Both the broadcaster and advertisers are still hoping that with the tournament moving away from rain-prone venues, the backlog issue will be addressed before the last 15 days of the tournament. In the first week of the IPL, Max's channel share shot up by 8.5%, from 3.2% to 11.9%. Though TV ratings have remained equal to or marginally lower than last year, the number of eyeballs for the first 13 matches have gone up by 20 million according to the channel. This, and the fact that barring a couple of favourites, the tournament is still pretty open, bodes well for Max for now.
Rating still coming in marginally lower than last year, but no one seems to be worried. Next on message board, we are looking at the highly competitive DTH business, the oldest and market leader with a 42% share. Dish TV is using nearly 70% of its 100 crore rupee annual ad budget to advertise a new position. The brand is targeting revenues of 1,000 crore rupees this fiscal and is looking to increase its subscriber base by another 2.5 million over the next 2 years.
We have already started a campaign on TV in last couple of days, and we are also doing radio campaign. Then there are a lot of integrations and innovations which are happening across media, especially during the elections time and during the cricket time. And we are also communicating to our existing subscribers through SMSs and through emailers.
Next, the Pitch Madison report had painted a gloomy ad spend forecast for 2009. You'll remember it said that the growth rate would be a measly 2%. Now, Group M has its forecast, and that's come in at 4.7%, so that's a better picture. It says while categories like retail and apparel will be severely affected, FMCG and telecom will remain untouched. The GEC battle for the top spot continues. After 2 weeks at number 1, Colours has slipped back to number 2 this week with 255 GRPs. Star Plus is back on top with 280. Dabur Foods has launched Real Burst. It's going to be available in 4 flavors, and the 1 litre pack will be priced at 65 rupees. Dabur hopes to get a 5% share of the 1,500 crore rupee fruit juice market in the next 2 or 3 years. And some agency news on this show, but after this break.